So there's a common question I get asked from clients looking to move to Vancouver Island. Do I need to purchase earthquake insurance for my home? Well, this is a great question, and let's discuss some of the data concerning earthquakes in Canada and the type of insurance available. Now, researchers at the Insurance Bureau of Canada, known as IBC, suggest that a 9.0 magnitude earthquake hitting British Columbia would result in total damages about $75 billion. Now, though it may seem like a small area of Canada is at risk of earthquakes, 40% of Canadians actually live in earthquake zones. It's not just the West Coast that's at risk. The St. Lawrence River Valley is also categorized as an earthquake zone. According to government studies, by 2054, or within the next 29 years, there's a 12% chance of a magnitude 7.0 earthquake hitting Vancouver and a 21% chance of one hitting Victoria. When a magnitude 7 earthquake strikes, well-designed buildings will have minor damage. However, poorly built buildings will suffer considerable damage. You can expect cracked chimneys, fissures in exterior brickwork, drywall and plaster falling off the walls, and heavy furniture and appliances being overturned. Living near a danger zone is cause for concern, especially if you can't afford the high deductible in the event of an earthquake. Compare your perceived risk of experiencing an earthquake, the quality of your home structure, and your financial situation following a catastrophic event. Currently, the federal government doesn't provide much financial aid to earthquake victims through a disaster relief fund. Instead, you may be limited to low-interest loans, which you have to pay back. Earthquake insurance covers more than just the seismic activity that cracks your foundation and damages your home's contents. It also includes fire following, which means if a gas line breaks or ruptures due to an earthquake and causes a fire, you're protected. Now, if your house is built on sandy soil, your policy may also cover landslides and liquefaction, which could cause your home to slip into a sinkhole and create severe foundation problems. Now, you might also be entitled to additional living expenses, which pay for you to live elsewhere while your home is being repaired. However, despite being a sudden occurrence from an earthquake insurance doesn't cover tidal waves or tsunamis. You should ask your insurer if the flood insurance policies would cover you for those situations. When discussing earthquake coverage with your provider, be sure to inquire about any potential gaps in coverage. For instance, if your home floods due to a burst pipe from the earthquake, would regular home insurance cover you, or would you need special flood insurance? Now, sometimes a fire following an earthquake is included in a standard policy, but you need to ask a broker or insurance provider about the limits on the contents insurance portion of your policy and whether you should increase it. Always seek clarification from your insurance broker or agent. Now, the big question is, how much does earthquake insurance cost? The cost varies based on your risk. Square One Insurance, which is a specialty home insurance provider in Vancouver, provided some annual estimates for major cities across Canada based on a $300,000 house and its contents. For example, in Toronto, it would be about $15 per year, $25 in Winnipeg, $178 in Montreal, $284 in Edmonton, $213 in Halifax, $332 in Vancouver, and about $550 in Richmond, BC. Note that earthquake insurance doesn't come with a standard flat rate deductible. The deductible is typically between 2% and 20% of total damages. For example, a $300,000 house, you could be out of pocket between $6,000 and $60,000. The deductible range depends on the structure, age, location of your home. Now, is it worth getting earthquake insurance? Well, earthquake insurance isn't included in most home insurance policies. If you live in a Canadian earthquake zone like BC or in the Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec corridor, consider adding earthquake insurance to your home insurance policy if available. You may need to consider a new insurance provider that offers earthquake coverage if they don't. If you're looking to purchase a condo in an earthquake zone, such as Vancouver Island, make sure to check into the strata insurance policy to see if the strata carries earthquake insurance coverage, and if they do, check over the policy details to ensure it's adequate for the complex and your unit. Now, in earthquake zones in Canada, each year Canada experiences around 4,000 earthquakes. Now, you can view all Canadian earthquakes and their magnitudes in the last 30 days at the Earthquakes Canada website, and you'll find a link at the end of my video. Now, most earthquakes are small and imperceptible to most humans, but over the last 3 centuries, there have been at least 24 earthquakes with a magnitude greater than 5.0. according to the Richter scale. Anything above a magnitude 6.0 can cause major damage, and an earthquake above 8.0 can destroy entire communities near the epicenter. Now, from the source of the Insurance Bureau of Canada's commissioned earthquake study, known as IBC, there's some ways to earthquake-proof your house. Limiting the damage an earthquake may cause is a very smart way to reduce the financial burden. So here are some quick tips to help earthquake-proof your home. Hire a licensed building engineer to inspect your home for any weakness and areas that may require retrofit. Keep the moisture levels consistent. Direct water away from the foundation, ensuring it flows into drains and not under your home. Check in your crawl space or attic that the sill plate, the first piece of wood which connects your home's framing to the concrete foundation, is anchored in place. The bolt should be every 4 to 6 feet along the plate. If your home has a pier or post foundation, hire an engineer to ensure they are cross-braced together to provide even distribution of support across your entire house. Instead of drywalling the basement or crawl space, known as cripple wall, use plywood on the interior to brace the wood studs together, providing more support. Now, modern homes are built with reinforced concrete, but homes built before 1930 may have stone rubble foundations or lack the rebar that strengthens the foundation. Consider adding steel framing on the exterior to support the house, or underpin your basement with rebar connecting old to the new foundation. Test the mortar between your bricks. If you push in and the mortar turns to dust, replace it. Have a mortar specialist come in and re-tuck point your home. Install flexible gas, that's the yellow pipe, and water, PEX piping, to reduce the risk of breakage. Older piping made of copper or galvanized steel may break, causing leaks or fire. Install shut-off valves that are activated by a tremor so no water or gas escapes due to seismic activity. You can also install small brackets for your mechanical systems, including your hot water tank, furnace, and air conditioning. Use metal bracing and attach it to the wall studs or directly into concrete. Add extra support to your fridges, washer and dryer units, stoves, bookshelves, and even picture hangings on the wall. You can install latches on cabinet doors to prevent them from flying open, wall mount your television, and strap down other expensive electronics. Now, it doesn't take a massive earthquake to have things shift inside your home. Now, this is a lot to take in, I know, but I hope it provides you with some insight into the importance of having earthquake insurance so you can be better prepared in the event of a shake, rattle, and roll situation. If you have any more questions on earthquake insurance, please feel free to leave me a comment or text me, and I'd be happy to help.